Welcome everyone. As I mentioned again, I'm one of the creators of Camel AGI. We're building a model, um, automative agents, which role play to solve a particular task. So they can be assigned various roles, and based on that, they can interact. Right now, two agents. In the future, we would be adding multiple agents as well. I'm the co-founder of the company and the product Samurai AI and UK as well. And yeah, let's talk about autonomous agents. So basically, autonomous agents are programs that are designed to perform a specific task without intervention from humans. So if you give them a problem or a task, they can sort of find steps and execute them without your intervention. So it started, the whole wave started with ChatGPT. Then I think AutoGPT and Baby AGI got popular, and even I think Camel AGI got featured on Product Hunt, and so on and so forth. And yeah, now we built a browser implementation of the agent built on Camel AGI. Talking about, there are single agent scenarios. So where a single agent is able to solve a task for you in a controlled environment. But all these models, Camel one of them, Camel AGI one of them, where more than one agent together collaborate and solve a problem. And they usually, in our case, do role plays and discuss and move forward without any prompts from any human. Yeah. So talking about what is Camel AGI, it's a role-playing method to create a loop architecture on top of any uh, uh, product like Baby AGI or AutoGPT, or directly communicating with the ChatGPT or a GPT or any other LLM. So in case of Camel, we have two agents which can be assigned roles, and you can watch them collaborate and work together to solve a problem. So it can be any make-believe scenarios, like two philosophers talking about the um, consciousness in the world. They would be able to discuss this and reach a conclusion. Or in a real-world scenario, you can have an instructor, a co-founder or a product developer being the instructor and telling a Python developer to create a program for him on a particular vertical. So program to sort of invest in crypto on a particular platform or a cross platform and earn some money, or invest certain amount of money as a person holding some assets and invest it in XYZ assets. So being a financier in a way. The use cases are having a conversational AI, so you can converse and solve a particular bunch of problems. In gaming, you can have the NPCs, non-playable characters, being built using models like Camel AGI. In education and training, to learn a particular topic, the collaborative and the role-playing approach is done well. And in case of problem solving, again, you can collaborate, discuss a problem, sort of iterate on top of it, and then sort of reach a particular conclusion. In case of writing, it's collaboration, and then sort of you get a better work after multiple iterations. Similarly, for learning languages, simulations of real world scenarios, this the product can be used. So the reason we're calling it Camel AGI is we want to build towards the first science of artificial general intelligence, which is basically um, having a certain sense without any intervention. So playing now a demo of how things work. This is about a conversation between Elon Musk and a SpaceX engineer talking about how do you capture how do you capture Mars. So they're discussing basically how step by step on how to sort of execute this. The talks start around the fact that what kind of plants can grow there, how do you save yourself from exposure of the sun when you don't have a layer around the planet, what can be a sustainable way to have water. So these kind of communications are happening, and this is done without any intervention, just giving a topic to the model. This is through the browser implementation, and yeah. Another demo is creating a crypto developer being assigned a task to create a Python program to sort of invest in crypto. So yeah, it takes you to step-by-step process of how to do that. And yeah, talking about what are the libraries needed and how do you structure the whole product in terms of sort of getting started with the tech aspect, as well as sort of forming the basic structure of the product. Yeah. So connecting with the crypto exchange, sort of downloading the particular libraries or importing the libraries. Yeah, it's doing that itself. So you can sort of assign this, as I mentioned, certain task, and then sort of it would reach to a conclusion. It is suboptimal some cases right now, but yeah, we just open source the browser implementation. I'll share the link in the chat on Twitch. So again, and it's built on LangChain as well. Yeah. Yeah, so think of the communication between these agents similar to what you would do with a fellow developer or a creator. And say you're building it with a partner, and they want to sort of build a product. So what kind of communication you would have with a partner or your co-creator are the ones these agents are having while building something or even discussing anything. Yeah. So executable programs is the are sort of shown as output on the conversations, and at the end it tell you what are the steps you need to take to get there. And problems like even learning a language, so you can execute sort of that by sharing that problem with the on a prompt with Camel AGI. Yeah. Also, the entire product is under the umbrella called Samurai. We've built different versions called sort of MyGPT, which is better UI for LLMs, HeyBot, which is website to chatbot, LangGPT, which is GPT for non-English users. So yeah, you can sort of share them. We would be open sourcing that also in the coming days. This is a team, and we built multiple products together, and there are more people. We are opening up access, I think, in the GitHub repo for more people to contribute on the product as well. So yeah, I'll be sharing the GitHub repo link. You can scan the code or sort of go to the URL to have the go towards the browser implementation of Camel AGI, and yeah, sharing sort of this is the repo. We have the front end, the backend code are written on LangChain, and yeah, we released the version with the browser implementation yesterday. You can use that to hack your product. Yeah, so yeah, if you have any questions, I'll just go through that, and you can sort of I'll be able to answer any questions which you have related to Camel AGI. Sharing the GitHub link in the chat. Yeah, and you have any tech questions? Yes, right now there's no direct integration with Streamlit, but you can use Streamlit to host or Replit to host it. We would be launching integration for these platforms in the coming updates, even direct deployment to Vercel. Yeah.
So let me ask one more question, actually. Could you please give some perfect use cases to use Camel AGI for, since people on the hackathon will be building their own apps and some of them will be like a startup ideas. So maybe you can give us some advices, which use cases will be perfect for the model.
Got it. Yeah, so if you want to build sort of a public opinion app and sort of use that as an example. So discuss on a particular topic, a example, what is the effect of sort of uh, sort of pollution on the environment and for us in for the next 20 years. So a scenario like that, or how what kind of sort of uh, what is the best language to code an XYZ product, or you want to write a particular program. Say you can give a example of I'm taking part in the LangChain sort of hackathon, and these are the available projects, and guide me steps to build on it. So I've already shared the use cases. The use cases mentioned here are the ones you can build on top. So if you integrate it into gaming, you can build out non-playable characters. So characters which can have some memory and they can talk to each other. Right now, two in and then case. So NPCs can be built with integration with some UI. Yeah, you can create some creative writing application which can create rollout sort of structured writings or sort of on a particular limited words for you by collaborating towards agent. You can solve a particular problem. So a problem statement can be say say a finance bot which can invest money in different assets. You can make it specific to a particular assets like crypto or say retail or etc. And yeah, language learning is create a learning environment for say me learning Spanish, and the two sort of role-playing agents can sort of discuss that and come to a step-by-step method to sort of create a language program for you.
Thank you for that. Do you want me to read other questions on chat, or you want to go through them yourself?
I can go through them, so just give me
Okay.
a and stop sharing, and it'll be better. Yeah, so yeah, I think Cluna IT had a question around what are the other sort of tasks that an agent can do beside talking to each other, and these are basically think of them as rather than you prompting an LLM. These are two people who are sort of solving a particular problem statement, and yeah. Then how do you deploy Camel AGI and make it available for judges to evaluate? Uh, yeah, so I will make some update on GitHub. So I think there should be some integration there. So we'll mention steps on how to sort of host it on these platforms. Yeah, I think the other ones are not related to Camel. Do the agents actually perform tasks or just write them down? For example, it does write a Twitter post or make it transaction or exchange. So right now, the permission available to the browsers across is sort of creating content. I think you would have to give it publish or integrate with APIs to actually publish on the platform. Currently, it does it with information and creates code for you, so you can execute it. We haven't executed the terminal version for it. So this is one of the browser implementation where you can get the code and then you yourself can sort of execute it. Yeah, Clunity, I can see you have two agents help each other build an AI agent for you. Yeah, you can try that. I haven't tried in creating AI agent, but it should give you some specific response on that. Yeah, I think uh, Data Freak has mentioned that can you integrate different models and take their inputs into AutoGPT. I think there's no straightforward way to do that. You can hack a version which can do that. I think you I think we'll love to see any update on that. If you can create it, do share a link with me on Twitter. Happy to check that out.
I saw the question, and I'm not sure we answered that about the API key. Do we need always API key for using all models of long chain?
I think this is a generic question, not specific to
Okay.
us.
So better to ask it again on Discord, or we will make sure to give you the answer on Discord. I'm not sure for now. Okay. Okay, we got that. So please, Luis, contact with us on Discord, and we will help you with that then. All right. Then one more question was about UI, but you already answered it. And can the AI agent access Stable Diffusion to help do digital art? Whoa, very good one.
Yeah, I think we are working something around that, and yeah, in the future it should be. Currently, there can be a hack that can build on, but natively it doesn't. And
Okay.
yeah, we will have digital art in the future. I don't think so directly you would be able to do that right now.
Can I use Slack? Yeah, Slack as the UI and build the Slack bot.
You should be able to do that. If current example we have is for a browser implementation, I think you should be able to sort of build a Slack bot also. But how does it work in case of two agents? So in case of Slack, a bot, how do you differentiate? You won't have to create two bots or assign them some way you can differentiate between those two bots. So,
All right, I see one more question regarding is it obligatory to use Camel AGI on this hackathon? Guys, we have 4 models that we recommend to use, which is AutoGPT, Baby AGI, Camel, and Generative Agents. So you can pick one of them. You can combine some of them, and also you can use other models that are available. But to make a submission, you should have at least one of the models that I just listed included in your project. That's basically the main requirement we have. Okay, and it will be the last question, and we really will let you go. I see there's a ton of questions in the chat. Can the
right.
AI agents help find rare earth materials in the earth? Wow.
I asked it something like this, and it was able to provide me a decent, believable answer, but I'm not sure accuracy of the answer right now. So around rare earth metals, around say a recent event that has happened, because it's running on data which is sort of not updated. So in the future, we should work on the accuracy. So I'm sharing the link of the web implementation also. You can have a look and run sort of check out versions of it and see how the responses are, and then sort of look at the GitHub link and work, try to build something with that or any other model available.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. You wanted to say something? Sorry.
No, no. So yeah, I think I was mentioning. I think there's someone mentioned there. The response is fine for them. Thanks, Cluna, Toasted. And I'm looking forward to what you build on any of the models. Happy to try it out and and push it across on Twitter as well. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you just mentioned Twitter. So, how I connect with you after the talk, and are you open to just chatting with people that are interested in Camel? Maybe some have some questions or ideas. Tell us in which channel we can find you and how we can communicate with you after the talk.
I'm sharing my Twitter. You can send me a DM. I think so. It should be okay. And I think if you need more help, I'll connect you with the team as well. They'll sort of help you out. So share my Twitter.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, who created Camel? That will be the last one. Okay.
The Camel AGI was created by our team. It's built on a research paper called Camel, and this is a browser implementation for it. We're working towards a multi-agent model, which is basically more than two people, and which works on any kind of element, which is not OpenAI, and also have updated data from search. And you would be able to run it on terminal as well. You could see all the examples, like it would execute tasks on your PC and install files and the kind of example you've seen.
All right, and one last thing people asked about the research paper link. Can you share it with us, like research paper for Camel AGI?